Hello and welcome to my introduction video. My name is Courtney, and I hope that this video teaches you a little bit about myself and my journey to become a library media specialist. As you can see in the front right here, this is me, my husband, and those are our 4 children. So some learning goals and objectives for this slideshow would be the learning goal. Students will be able to learn about the presenter, her background in education, and why she chose library media as a specialty. For learning objectives, I wrote, students will understand the presenter's reasons for becoming a teacher/library media specialist by watching a narrated presentation. And students will be able to identify one interesting or fun fact about the presenter after watching the narrated presentation. I went to the University of Scranton for undergraduate work, and after that I worked at MTV Viacom in the city for about 10 years before I had my first daughter. After that I was a stay-at-home mom for a few years, and then I started a master's in education program at Mercy College in 2017, and I finished that work up in 2016. I then took a leave replacement job at an elementary school library and fell in love with that job, and that is how I became interested and aware of the library media specialist position as a job in a school, which I never really even had given thought to it, but I loved it, so I ended up applying for a job at a school in Lower Westchester, and I was given that job last year. I'm currently in my second year at a K-5 school, and now I am in my 3rd semester at SUNY Albany for my master's in information science. So more about me. I have 4 children, 3 girls and a boy. They're ages 8, 6, and twins who are 4. And a little fun fact about me is that my best friend and I actually had twins 12 hours apart. I had 2 girls and she ended up having 2 boys. I'm originally from Maplewood, New Jersey. After I got married, we moved to White Plains. We lived there for about 5 years, and we moved up to New Fairfield, Connecticut, and we've lived here now. Actually, tomorrow will be 6 years. My husband is also a teacher in Westchester. He teaches high school math. So why library media? As I said, I sort of fell into it, but I love it, and it worked out because I love to read. If I have any free time, which is not often these days, but when I do, I have a book on hand wherever I am. There's books on my nightside table, the kitchen table, on my desk at work, on the circulation desk at work, in all of my bags, in my car, and I try to read as much as I can. Whether it is books for the elementary library, books on teaching, books just for me to read for pleasure, and of course I'm really trying to read as much as I can to my children at home. So libraries and stories. Another reason why I love this job is that libraries and bookstores are some of my favorite places to be and spend time. I can spend hours in the library at my own school, the public libraries around my town, and any bookstore, just walking around and looking and sitting and looking at books. And finally, I really want to instill a love of reading into all of the students that cross my path. It has become a little mission of mine in the library to really break through to the kids who tell me that they can't find a book that they're interested in, or tell me that they don't like to read, or we have nothing that I'm interested in. So I've really tried to get creative with how I display my books and order things that I know are going to appeal to a wide range of students. If I had to choose 3 words to describe me, the first I would say is perfectionist, and while I try, sometimes to my detriment, to do everything with perfection, I've been hearing a lot lately that I need to slow down and let it go, and focus on myself and my family. This summer I had a little bit of a health scare, and it sort of made me gain a little bit of perspective that, yes, I do need to slow it down and not try to be perfect in every single aspect of my life. I would also describe myself as loving. I truly care about everyone in my life. Most especially my family, but my students and even people I don't see every day. I think about people all the time, and I try my hardest as a person and a mother and a wife to let everyone around me know just how much I care about them and how I hope the best for them. And I hope that I am, giving that off so that my students and my children and my family will project the same out into the world. And finally, I would describe myself as silly. I am in my late 30s, but I love to laugh and hang out with my friends and just be goofy. And, I love to spend time with people who share similar senses of humor and who also like to laugh and can, be a little bit silly. To describe my favorite teacher, I would say that it would be my kindergarten teacher. Her name was Mrs. Pearson, and I wrote on the slide that to this day I can still remember how the perfume that she used to wear smells. She was the sweetest, most caring, loving teacher that you could possibly have. She really, really loved all of us, and even in years after we had left that school and got on to high school and even college, she would still drive by my parents' house, pull in the driveway, just get out to give us a hug and see how we were doing, and then, just keep going on her way. So she really made an impact because you knew that she loved you and genuinely cared about you. So lastly, I added in just this little slide for a formative assessment. If I was doing this little presentation in the library, I would probably have the students turn and talk to either a table mate, or if they were sitting on the carpet and watching this, we would talk to a neighbor, tell each other one interesting fact or something new that they learned about me that they didn't know before we started. And then I would have the group come back together and call out, have some students share their responses. That is it. That's a little bit about me. I thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something new. I look forward to working with all of you this semester.